Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 107, Lamar. Happy New Year, sir.
Yes, Happy New Year. We have made it. We've made it through the apocalypse once again because of COVID, and we decided to watch a horror movie, dedicated to, the New Year's Bloody New Year.
Yes.
Yes.
Good title. I thought we were getting like the generic horror movie title, Bloody New Year. Like there's going to be blood. But this is like a British movie. So is it Bloody New Year or, the way they say Bloody New Year?
See, and I see what you're saying because I thought it was going to be like some slasher or something like that. It's not that.
No.
So it's a little bit different. So it's with British people and my terrible accent there. So, yeah, I did not know that was going to take place. Is it in Britain or is it just with British people? Like,
I don't even know if it matters.
yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so.
It is an interesting plot. What would you say? What's going on here?
That's what I was confused by because it's a group of friends. They're at a fair or whatever, you know, chilling out, and then they get shipwrecked. Because how did they end up on a boat? Like
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's something weird where they go to another island, and apparently there's like a lot of wreckage for something that happened before, and they start exploring around, and like paranormal crap starts happening around them.
Yeah.
And they have to like figure out what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So like in the beginning, it's kind of like, oh, la 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 la, we're doing British things at the fair.
Yeah.
Get on the ship. Boom, we're in a freaking horror movie. It was weird, that transition. It's not the typical, oh, yeah, we're going to a party. Want to go to this weird place, blah, blah. No.
They figure out eventually along the way they're in, like, a time loop. Because whatever this location that they're in, it's all this stuff from, like, the past.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like spirits from the past are haunting them and stuff. But it was kind of funny. They had, like, a nonchalant way. Because they figured out somehow. And then they're just like, oh, we're in a time loop.
Yeah.
They're just like, they didn't care until people started dying.
Yeah, oh, we're in a time loop, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. It was kind of weird how they just came to terms with it. Just like, huh.
Yeah. Until, shit started hitting the fan. Now, ultimately, they talk to one of the spirits or whatever, and they get the explanation that there was some kind of government experiment or something that caused the time loop. So these souls or spirits or whoever they are, they're trapped in this loop, and people that come there just end up getting haunted and killed and stuff, I guess, by them.
Yes, that's basically it. So, and the weird thing is, well, it's not weird. It's just interesting. The whole New Year's thing doesn't come till later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I think it happened initially at a New Year's party thing. Maybe the deeper thing that they're trying to say is like, everything just keeps on repeating, Joe. That's the deeper thing. It's not a new year. It's just repeating. It's the illusion of change. Yeah. As I overthink probably this premise. Even more.
And then online, like I was looking at some information. They definitely said it was like an homage to other kind of B movies and stuff. Because this movie, it was made in the 80s.
Yes.
But it's supposed to take place, I guess, in the 50s?
Or more weird stuff, Joe. It's more weirdness that's going on here, yes.
There is some influence I saw of Evil Dead on this movie, which will bring into the next thing I was wanting to talk about was the effects. Because there were cool effects, a lot of practical effects that were very cool. In particular, the elevator one. Talk about that.
Yes. So they're running around. They're like, oh, my God, we're trying to get killed. I love my fake British accent.
Keep it up.
Yeah, they get into this elevator, and the elevator kind of has like hands like reaching out.
Yeah.
And brings a woman in, and then it cuts away, and then it comes back, and then you just see like her face is like stretching through.
Yeah.
All practical. This is, of course, in the 80s. So that was like a cool trick. I like that stuff. There's another time.
Very cool.
There was like snow randomly. One of the new posts or whatever you call in the stairs was like biting people.
Yeah.
They did things where you play stuff backwards where it's like an arm reattaches to somebody.
A lot of reverse shots, which is definitely a thing from Evil Dead. But yeah, the elevator one, I rewound the movie back to watch it again. Because when she went in the elevator and all of a sudden the hands pushed through and snatched her. And I was like, damn, that was really well thought out. And it was a simple, I guess some kind of rubber or whatever. They painted it silver. You would not have known at first. It was really cool.
Back in the old days where we couldn't do everything with CGI.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what they would do now. They would probably do some goofy looking crap now that would just look like green screen crap. So
yeah, even like some of the more simplistic stuff that had already been done in movies, but like the floating cups and stuff like that, even that stuff looked cool,
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. So yeah.
So, but the rest of the look of the movie, though, it did. Even though it was made in the 80s, it did look like it was filmed 20 years prior. It did look like shit.
That's the thing about the movie. The movie has great ideas, but it flip-flops between like production value and really cool like stuff they were doing. In the production process, they were like, we're doing the best we can. So we'll have to film like, it's going to look kind of crappy, but at least let's give it some good like effects. Yeah. Maybe that's where the money went to. I don't know. Like, that's the weird thing is like, and like you said, like it looks old for an 80s movie.
Right. It's like sometimes when we review movies that are made today, but they look like they were made in the 90s, you're like, man, this looks like shit. This is that, but it's going back even further.
Way back. Yes. Yeah. So
do you think this would be a candidate for a good remake? Because it's not a known movie, and it has potential, right?
I think it can be remade. I think like I said, I think they had like maybe a budget issue or they didn't get like everything they wanted, like camera wise and all that kind of stuff. So I think you can remake it, but you cannot rely on CGI or you're going to lose it. You can't do that. Like it's not, it's going to look goofy as hell. It's going to be kind of like where they did Ghostbusters. It was very subtle with what they did and they built it up. Then you do Ghostbusters, with 2015, and then it's just like a freaking CGI smorgasbord, and it's like, you guys took it way too far. Keep it subtle. Or I saw some clips from this, The New Invisible Man.
I was about to say Blumhouse should redo this movie.
Yes, they get it. They get it. They get it. It's subtle. You don't have to have the freaking jump scares and crap and CGI monsters. Just keep it subtle.
That was my exact thought. I was going to say was Blumhouse could definitely remake this, mostly practical. Mm-hmm. Make it super spooky because the premise is there, right? So
it is.
The big flaw of this movie is it looks like shit, and I guess some of the acting is a little weird. It's just the tone of their acting. It's like bad shit's happening to them, but they don't seem that affected by it,
Bollocks.
Yeah. maybe it's just a cultural difference that we're not getting. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
What are we rating it?
I'll give it a 3.5. It had like a better, production value. I would give it a 4. It has some interesting things. Like you said, if this got a Blumhouse remake, I think this would be like a new classic. So I give it a 3.5. It has potential. Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. 3.5. It's right there. It's right there. It's just when the movie first started, I was like, oh man, this looks like shit. And the acting was questionable. I was like, boy, I'm in for another one of those rough rides. And then as it progressed, I was like, no, this is kind of cool. I like this.
It got your attention later on with the effects and stuff like that. And the premise, not the story so much, because the story is kind of like, and the acting, premise, like you said, was weird and stuff. So I agree. That's how I felt as well. Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps this one up, and we should say welcome to 2022 again, and thanks for everyone sticking with us, and get ready for a new year with all kinds of new adventures, reviews, interviews, and more.
We're coming with some new shit, man. Boy, oh boy. Yeah.
Alrighty. Bloody New Year. Peace.
Deuces.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. That means you too, Lamar.
Don't put me like where I have to do stuff. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've done my time.